Hey guys, thank you for checking out our video today. My name's Sheldon Elders. This is Pinnacle Combat Arts. Like, subscribe, comment down below, hit the bell so we can be notified every time we get a new video. Today we're going to be working on the different levels of focus mitts. Let's get started. When we work the focus mitts, the key aspect to it is that you first learn how to strike the focus mitts accurately. So a lot of focus mitts, they have like a dot on the center of it. If you don't have a dot on your focus mitt and you're working with somebody that's new, or you and your training partner are newer, put a piece of tape right in the center of the glove and try to hit the center of your glove into the center of the focus mitt, developing your targeting system. Again, go back to my 12 staples of combat or 12 staples of martial arts skill. Check that out. One of the aspects is targeting. Okay, focus mitts helps you understand targeting. It also helps you understand range. All right, it helps you develop your punches, all your tools. Back in the 1960s, at least in the United States, Bruce Lee started off using flip-flops, and then over time he started to develop focus mitts, taking a catcher's mitt and putting a flat pad on it, and over time they became what they are today. So all the other martial artists they laughed at him when he used focus mitts out in parks, for instance. People would just say things to him like, what do you do with those? But now it's a staple. Everybody in boxing and every type of martial arts uses boxing mitts all the time. Everybody criticized them, but over time they realized how important the focus mitt can be. Okay, the nice thing about focus mitts is that you have a target system, but you can also use those focus mitts as if they were boxing gloves as well. Okay, so it's so versatile, and that's the thing that I think is very important. So when somebody comes up with a new strategy of combat, or a new tool, instead of criticizing and making fun of it, why don't you take a moment and to start to research and even to experiment with it and see if it works for you. I think that's a very important thing when we talk about the focus mitt and how important the focus mitt is that to think back in the 1960s, Bruce Lee was criticized. He also created the MMA gloves. They are different looking than they are now. But the idea of being able to have his palms open so they could use the sensitivity and be able to go into trapping or do anything and be able to fight in any range, from kicking range all the way to grappling range. To think people made fun of him for having those gloves. People made fun of him for having kick shields, things that you could kick in. The evolution of that. So when you see somebody new and they have something new that you've never seen before, instead of just automatically pushing it away and being critical of somebody, try taking it and experimenting with it and keeping an open mind, because who knows, it may be the new thing that changes your fighting game forever. So keep that in mind. So one of the things that I would say about the focus mitts is when you're with your partner is to first start to train all your different tools. So for instance, your jab, your cross, your overhand, your hooks, your uppercuts, all that stuff. So we're in here and he just gets in his fighting stance, and I'll put out that glove just like this. And when I do that, when he throws that punch, I'm gonna give just a little bit of a tap to give him something back. Okay, so the focus mitt holder can stick to a combination, okay, and then eventually you will break from that combination. But a student should always have a series of combinations under their belt so that they're able to just, whenever that opportunity comes and you stun your opponent, you're able to follow up with the combination that makes sense based on where their hands are and the way their body is moving. So, yep. Okay, and so one of the other things, so he's getting that target, and boy, let me tell you something. He hits it just right on that glove. He's been working out with me now for almost 11 years. And so, or he has, it's 11 years now? Almost 11 years. So his ability to hit this glove just right, to hit the targeting just right, is really great. So that's just from practice. He practices all the time. Yep. 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 So these are overhands, just like that. So I just tilt it up a little bit. Yep. In the old days, we used to do it like this, but it's just not realistic to the way that your opponent's face will be. You know, your opponent's head's not like this. So when I do overhand, I do it like that, uppercut, overhand, okay, or do it this side. Oh, so I do it like this. So he's able to, it's angled proper for him. Okay, uppercut. Notice he tilts his body when he does it. So anyways, we're not going to go through, there's some videos already put out on how to properly do different types of punches. So you start off doing combinations. You just do like jab, cross, hook, see? And you just do that over and over again. Okay, jab, cross, uppercut. And now when I'm doing the focus mitts, I may let your partner go, I'll go jab, cross. And what I'll do is if I'm going to do the uppercut, I'll already kind of have it ready for him so he knows what's going to come next. Okay, learning how to identify the different mitts aspects. So learning how to do that, that's key. Focus mitt holding it takes skill. It takes time to learn how to be a good focus mitt holder. You need to know where you're going. You need to have an idea of where it's flowing. A lot of times a good focus mitt holder will be able to look at the person that you're holding for and see how his body's moving and go, okay, his body's off at this angle. This is the position that I want to get to. This is the position this is the combination he should do based on right after he gets done that combination. What would look nice? What would feel nice for him on the next aspect? That's another part of it. That would be the next level would be instead of after just doing the combinations over and over again of one, then you would go into the next thing. So understanding how to flow. Yep. Yep. Good. Yep. Now you're going to add in attacks, basic attacks. So for instance, if I go here and he goes here, yep. And so if I just do slip, yep, slip, cross, hook, cross, just like that, slip, cross, hook, cross. Let's do it from this side. So he just does slip, cross, hook, cross. Okay. Or I go the other way and he slips the other way, hook, cross, hook, slip, hook, cross, hook. Basic combinations like that. Okay, and you should do them for all of it. If you're in fighting position and I go, he'll do a cover, for instance, and then he'll hook and cross hook, for instance, or do the other side, or do uppercut. Yep. Yep. So that's the idea. So here you have the basic covers. Okay, if I want him to bob and weave, I'll actually take my mitt and do it this way. So he has to go underneath it and then cross hook cross. So you want to make it set up so if he does the attack, the next thing he does makes sense for what he's doing. So economy of motion is very important. So he bob and weaves, he crosses, because that's the next move. His shoulder's back when he does that bob and weave. See that? So this hand right here is the one that should be fired off a lot of times, unless this one's open to be able to fire off. Okay? So he bob and weaves, he cross hook crosses. Bob and weaves the other way, he hook cross hook. And I'm just using these as variables. You can use overhands and uppercuts or body hooks or anything like that. That's fine too. So cover. So cover here, okay? You do cover here. Then if I turn the mitt vertically or horizontal, then you could do bob and weaves. See that? So then you have body shots. Boom, and then hook, cross, hook, for instance. Body shots, jab, cross, hook. Yep. Body shot. Now you do the defenses. So it's defend and then come back with a combination. Then the third one is where you throw attacks inside. So the third one is going to be where you do a little more freelance. So I'm just going to do some focus mitt work with him. See, and now he's able to kind of, since he's spent some time learning how to, yep. Okay, so then the next part is where you throw attacks. Okay, you're going to throw attacks inside of his combinations. This is where this is one of the more advanced ones. So if I go jab and I go cross, as soon as he retracts that hand, I throw a punch inside of that. See that? So jab, cross, and that boom. See that? Because that's what's going to happen a lot of times. Okay. So for instance, I go 1, 2, and then I go body shot, for instance, or 1, 2, and I throw that punch right where that opening is. See that? So jab, cross, bah. See that? Or jab, cross, and draw. See that? Okay. That's key. Jab, cross, hook. Boom, just like that. 1, 2, 3, just like that. I try to throw a punch right when he hooks. I try to throw a punch and he's got to dip out of it. Okay. Same thing with the rear hand. If he goes jab and he does an overhand and then I come up behind it. Okay. You throw the attack before or after the overhand. So jab. Yep. Sorry. And right afterwards. See that? Jab and then. See this? Watch. He does the overhand. Let me do the overhand. Yep. So 1. See that? I try to get inside of there. So 1, or I come over the top. Okay. That's the key to this. You have to, this more advanced level is being able to do your focus mitts. Boom, 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 boom. And then follow up. So you do a series of punches, say basic combinations. Okay. And then what you do is you go right behind him as soon as you go. So we'll just do a basic combination, 1, 2, boom. And then I come in right afterwards and throw a bunch of series of combinations that they're not ready for. And they try to deal with as many as they can. Now, as the student, do not get frustrated when you get hit. Because guess what? That's what it's all about. You got to get hit to get better. Okay? So that is a progression with the focus mitts. Okay? Reviewing. We have the basic targets. We have to master our tool, our jab, for instance, or our cross. We have to do that, okay? Then what happens, you put a combination together. 1, 2, 3s. See that? 1, 2, 3s. Get the body mechanics right, okay? Then number 3 is I throw an attack and he comes behind it, okay? Attack comes behind it. Number 4 is being able to kind of, as a focus mitt holder, to be able to hold those mitts and feel where he should go next, okay? And then number 5 is being able to just kind of do free flow of combinations and throwing attacks inside of that, okay, is very important. And then finally, being able to throw counter attacks as they draw their weapon back before, during, or after each attack, okay? So in other words, if they throw a jab and I draw it right behind it, okay? Or he does a jab and I throw a punch right as he throws a punch, okay? Or he does the overhand and then I try to come in right afterwards to throw that overhand, okay? So that is an evolution. 6 levels. You can make it as many levels. I can break it down even more than that, but there's the 6 basic levels to focus mitt training. Learning how to be a good focus mitt holder is key to all of this, okay? So I hope that you guys learned something from this today. I'll see you next time. Hey guys, thank you for checking out our video today. Comment down below if you have any questions about what we covered today. Go to our website, pinnaclecombatarts.com. There you can find out more about what I do and the classes that I provide. Thank you guys so much for your support and have a great day.